It's looking good. It's smelling delicious.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, and we're going to hopefully look at not only the town, but some of the historic sites. Ooh, that's Soph pulling me. She's been seeing a lot of wildlife, so unbelievably, we've seen a groundhog and a couple of deer within the last 100 meters. So yeah, evidently there's a lot of wildlife around here. So we're going to show you what we can see, and hopefully some of the historic sites too.
I've never been that close to a deer.
There you go. A couple of deer, literally right on the side of the road on the way into the historic section of Harper's Ferry. You never know what you're going to come across. So this is the historic town of Harper's Ferry. It's historic for three main reasons. One was John Brown's rebellion that happened. It happened here. He was actually trying to rebel against slavery and trying to free some slaves, and he got a group of guys together and they tried to set some slaves free here in Harper's Ferry. And long story short, he was caught in the end and eventually executed for it, but it was one of the instigating events for the Civil War. So it was very important for that reason. And he was here and ended up having a bit of a gun battle with some Marines who had him cornered in the firehouse, which you see here. That brick building is the firehouse. And he was in there and was fighting it out with a group of Marines, and they ended up wounding him and taking him and 17 of his mates captive. And he, in the end, was tried and executed for his actions. But it was an instigating part of the Civil War. The second reason that this town is famous is that during the Civil War, a major battle was fought here in which the Union soldiers, which were stationed here, were surrounded on a couple of sides of the river by Confederate soldiers, led initially by Robert E. Lee. And they were eventually overpowered and outgunned, and they surrendered. There was 12,500 soldiers who surrendered to the Confederates during the war and the battle that took place here. So that's another reason why it was such a huge and important, significant place in history. And then the last reason is, well, these panels you can see here kind of explain that capture here of the soldiers by the Confederates. And the last reason why this area is so important is that you've heard of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Well, Meriwether Lewis used this as an initial testing and staging area for his time to go out west and explore. And he actually developed a boat that had a metal frame and was covered in skins to use as a lightweight expedition boat. And he developed it here and tested it here before they ended up heading west. Now, unfortunately, in the long run, that boat tended to be a bit of a failure, and he had to abandon the boat. And the original was buried somewhere in a cache out west, and it was never recovered. But you can find a replica of it here based on his original designs that he did while he was in Harper's Ferry before he ended up heading out west on his time of exploration. And yeah, it was very, very interesting. So this is a historic place, a lot of history from a lot of different areas going on here, and you can even see on some of the buildings that you just saw there, where the old building is kind of still intact, and they built over and above and around it to expand it. So yeah, it's pretty cool place, and we spent a lot of time here wandering through the museums and the other places, just getting a feel for its rich history here. And yeah, we enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy this.
So we finally found a good spot for staying for lunch at this little cafe. We got an outdoor seating area, which is where we are now. And hopefully we'll be able to eat our whole lunch here in the shade. It's hot. Kelly's just warming up. I'm already sweating. This is the way we roll. So she's inside getting lunch. I've already ordered mine. She'll bring that out. She orders hers. And she got, I don't know if she showed you yet, but she got blueberry scones, which are, I think, her favorite one she's ever had. She got up here. So we had to try them. So we'll see what that's like, but we'll have lunch first.
So I was just saying how hot it is and how I'm getting sweating and Kelly's just warming up. There she is, literally sitting in the sun.
There's still enough, because it was cold in the car. I was like wearing a little sweater, and now, you know, in the shade, so I have to sit in the sun. You know,
I think that's lunch. All right. And here I am, staying in the shade because it's hot in the sun.
It's not very hot.
Yes, it is very hot. So this is my sandwich called a mountaintop, which looks delicious. And Kelly got a wrap, which still looks good, looks very good. More of a veggie wrap. Mine's more of a turkey sandwich, turkey and bacon. And Kelly has done her usual.
What's that?
A little bit of envy here of what I had. She was already picking at my sandwich. She was like, "Oh, that looks good," and she's been picking cheese and turkey out of it already.
You telling on me?
That's just par for the course. People know that by now with you. They're like, "Oh yeah, what does she eat out of Josh's already?"
I should just start ordering 100% what you order.
Yeah.
I think I know what I want, so I see what you have, and then I have my mind changes.
Yes. But, all right, we're going to enjoy this, and yeah, we'll show you the empty wrappers at the end. All right, I told you I'd show you the empty wrappers. There's the empty wrappers, every last little bit. And now Kelly's going to pull out our blueberry scones.
I hope they're as good as I remember. When I had them before, I think they heated them up.
Oh, they look good. Look at that. That looks good. All right. Take a test. Tell me if they're as good as you remember. As good as you remember? Sorry for all the noise. There's a train going by in the background there.
I think when I had them before, they were heated up and buttered up. It was winter last time I had them.
Yeah.
They were heated up and buttered.
So you're saying they were heated up in butter last time you had them? Okay.
It's really moist.
They look good though. All right. I'm going to try mine. And hopefully this train will be gone by then.
Are we eating again, Josh?
Only the good stuff. Ice cream. Kelly got just vanilla and orange stuff. I got strawberry.
I got vanilla, so I can share with Sophie.
How is it, Kelly?
It's delicious. I'm a little warm. It does happen sometimes, but sometimes plain vanilla is just the best. Creamy.
All right, so we have left Harper's Ferry after a very nice ice cream. Walked back up to our van, which is parked up the hill. It was hot there. We got to the van, and what was the temperature in here, Kelly?
84 degrees.
In here. What was it outside?
105.
105. So we're very happy with how the installation's working in summer. We know it works in winter too, but it works in summer as well. And
it felt hotter outside there than in the van. Even in the van said 84. Like
yeah, it was much hotter out there.
It's just
much hotter out there.
We were under some trees too, which kept it protected. So
yeah.
It wasn't.
So we are now officially back on the BDR, and we were as well. Like the BDR actually runs straight through Harper's Ferry downtown, just where we were. But this section of it is actually not off-road; it's on-road. So I'm hoping that up here a little ways, it's going to turn back to off-road again when we get back into the mountains. But for now, it's on-road, and that's what we're doing. So
there's not a whole lot to see other than what's in front of us, but I'm going to turn around so you can see it. But it's just road. It's all paved. It's the same road we came in on. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff here, but when it turns interesting, we'll show you. Okay, so we are slowly getting on smaller and smaller roads, not on dirt just yet, but we're getting there on these backcountry roads. So I'm hoping we're gonna eventually hit dirt, but it's very picturesque. There's some nice houses back here. There's some not so nice houses too, but it's been a nice drive so far, and we will see hopefully some dirt very soon.
Found a dirt road.
All right, dirt road is finally turned. Well, in this case, to gravel, but yeah, dirt road. So we're getting out there, which is nice. This is what we're looking for. We finally found it. We are enjoying this now. We're gonna come down here a little ways and see what we can do about finding ourselves a place to pull off and camp for the night. Got no idea what's around or what's available, but we'll find out. Well, our dirt road has turned back into paved. We're still wandering around here in the woods. I mean, it's nice and it's picturesque, but we have not found a place to camp yet. So we're still looking, but
It's been what, 2 hours?
I don't know about 2 hours, but we've just been meandering through on these back roads, and it's been very picturesque, but yeah, we have not found a place to camp. We'll keep looking though. All right, we're back on the dirt. We're feeling hopeful we can find ourselves a spot. It's been a while, and we're both ready to call it a day. So
Yeah, this passenger princess is tired of driving.
I told her she didn't have to worry about that. She didn't have to drive, but she still says she's tired of it. So we're trying to find ourselves a spot as soon as we can. And these areas back here are looking more and more promising. So if we find a spot, we'll show you. All right, we are in the woods. We found a spot beside the road. We are here. We are going to shower and yeah, see how we go.
So girl has not been settled either.
Yeah, oh my goodness, she's been up and down and around and jumping around and whining and everything else. Even though she's not really getting out here, we might put her on the leash out here on the side so she at least be outside, but she's not running around. There's too much poison ivy and stuff around, I can see it, so we're not letting her out. But we're gonna get out, we're gonna have showers, and we're gonna settle in for the night. We will probably catch you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
So there's Kelly having had her shower. We're in our spot. And there's Sophie on the leash so she doesn't run around because I think there's poison ivy all over the place here. We're just off this dirt track in the middle of this forest somewhere. And Kelly's listening out for me even though she's on the phone. So that no cars come either down that road, that direction, or this way from over the ridge there. So that there's a little bit of a, just a hump in the road there. So she's gonna be listening out because I am gonna be right here showering. So I just looked out for her, so now she gets to look out for me. Although I hope that being on the phone, she's gonna look out a little bit better than what she's currently doing. I think she might be slightly distracted. So I'm gonna run the risk. I'm just gonna do it. All right, so Kelly has had her shower. We're back in. We've leveled the van, and it's actually pretty level. And it's a little bit, yeah, like it's a little bit down to the left, a little bit down to the front, but only a little bit.
Like this one.
You're such a clown. Only a little bit.
But we've never had to level like that. He was like,
We've never had to really
put
do
all
this.
these rocks underneath of it, but he did a good job. Like,
But I used some rocks to level it, and thankfully we're on a dirt road and there's rocks around, so I just used some rocks to level it, and yeah, they were just about the right height. We kind of made sure the one side, so the right side of the van we had to get lower, so I put it in a little bit of a just a groove here, and then we raised the left side with rocks, and now it's pretty level.
So we're beginning to sleep without rolling out of our beds. I don't know if you saw that video from last year where we were, where were we? We were in Shenandoah or
We literally fell
on something.
rolled down out of
Like
our
it
bed.
was a steep, and we were literally the whole night felt like we were sliding out of the bed. Now, thankfully it was pointed the right direction. It was, you know, low at the feet, not low at the head, but still it wasn't very comfortable. So I was making sure we didn't have that tonight. So we're pretty good. So we're going to wrap it up. Sophie's in. She's eaten and done all her stuff. We've done all of our stuff. So we are going to relax, and we'll see you in the morning.
See you then.
Well, good morning. We are on the road. Left our little campsite, which is beside the road. It was actually very quiet. It was like no traffic down that road. It was nice and secluded. You know, we had good showers and stuff last night, and we're on the road today. We were trying to find a town, but the BDR, actually the road for the BDR was closed. We're kind of having a little bit of a bypass here, and we're going to hit a town on the way as we bypass. But yeah, we've had a mix of gravel and paved roads as we've been going down. So it's been a little bit of a mix of each. And yeah, we're gonna find out what takes us today. We don't know what we're going to do. Kelly's had a bit of a thing happen yesterday. She hurt her knee. It kind of popped when she stepped out the van for some reason. Don't know why. It's been sore and all that and hard to bend ever since then. And so we may not find a place to actually go for a walk today. We might. We'll see. What do you think, Kelly?
I'm frustrated. I don't like mobility issues. I like to be active. So we'll see. Some actions are fine, and other times I move in and I'm just like, writhing pain. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I hope it works itself out.
Hope so. It's no fun having knee issues and mobility issues, you know, especially when you're as active as Kelly is. So yeah. So we're gonna see what the day takes. Yeah, we don't know, but we will find out, and of course, we'll take you along. All right, so we made a pit stop in a state park, and we were going to think about actually doing a walk here in this park, but I don't think Kelly's thing's up for it. She was hobbling out there to the toilet and hobbled back and crying in pain as she's sitting down. So I think we're going to actually skip the walk today. So we're just going to continue we're going to head back out towards the BDR. This will connect up with it, and then we're going to drive some more of the BDR and see what we can do in terms of the drive. But I think we're going to skip the walk, which, you know, is not a bad thing on a day like today, because one, is starting to spit with rain, and also when we stopped, the insects were absolutely swarming the car. So that would have been the case as we were walking, so it would have been a bit unpleasant. And another funny thing, as I was walking Sophie this morning when we first got up, I took her for a walk where we camped for the night, and this truck came by on the road, the only vehicle we had, but this truck came by, and the guy pulled up and he said to me, "Oh, is that your van back there?" and all that. And I said, yeah. He's like, "Have you seen any bears?" I said, "No, no bears." He's like, "Well, a lady down the road got mauled the other day. You should be careful." And I was like, well, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. First of all, it's got to be a pretty bad situation for a bear to maul anybody. And it usually means that you've come between a mother and cubs, or some other, you know, extreme situation like that. They don't seek out humans to maul. Matter of fact, they normally run the other direction as soon as they see you or smell you or hear you. So, anyways, we took it with a grain of salt. So we didn't see a thing. The only wildlife we saw were squirrels. So, anyway, we'll see what the rest of this road takes us in terms of the BDR. But so far, it's been a real mix of dirt and gravel. and we're in this park now, which is just a nice little scenic drive through the woods at the moment.
It's a very densely populated wooded area. And,
Densely populated? Or
densely.
populated with trees?
Yes. No people, just lots of trees.
Lots of trees.
Where we slept, it was pretty quiet, except 5 o'clock this morning, somebody came by, beep, 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 beeping at us. I thought that was so funny, like they were trying to wake us up, and no, never in their sleeping.
They were being cheeky. They were being cheeky, but when we heard it, but went right back to sleep, had no effect. All right, I'm going to show you what this road is like. It's not the greatest road, but it's paved. All right, so you can see that it's just kind of here in a park and driving along, and you know, it's very much a wooded area. We're about to come back out, and this road here we're coming to an intersection with. This is going to be where we get back onto the BDR track. So yeah, so this is supposed to be where we join the BDR. And it says we're supposed to be making a right, so I think we're gonna have to go to here on the right. I think, ooh, all right, I like it. He turns straight to gravel. All right, it's the right road for us. All right, back on the gravel. So we'll see if anything comes up, and if so, obviously we'll include it. But at the moment, I think we're just gonna have a nice little drive down this gravel road.
Bumpy.
Not bad. So I think we're still in the park because we're coming down this dirt track and we're coming across a lot more cars. And this is more cars than we saw the most of yesterday.
University of Delaware.
Yeah, they're a long way from home. But yeah, strange to be all the way up here and actually have all these cars and stuff. And I don't know whether they're parked like, these are just kind of little pull-offs. There's no,
I know,
there's no trailheads or anything near here. People just pulled off and stopped. So maybe it's hunting season. Maybe they're out hunting. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Because it looks like there's nothing, no direct route into any of these where they're parked. They have to just like go through the bush. Yeah. And it's pretty thick.
Yeah. So my guess is that it's hunting. I don't know if what season it is, whether there's deer or turkey or what, but yeah, I think people are hunting. Well, we haven't seen or heard anything, but I think that's probably the most logical choice. So, but there's more people about. So our GoPro just cut out, which you'll have seen there at the last scene, just cut out on this nice road. This is really what, you know, the BDRs here on the East Coast are like, you know, just forest tracks through here, which is what we're doing now, and it's nice. It's a nice drive. The trees are really hanging down. We're getting a lot of having to cut in and out around trees that are either low branches or hanging over the road. But you know, this is part of the fun, really. But we are using, we're not using the standard like Google Maps or Apple Maps or any of that. What we're using for all of our off-road and stuff in BDR is Gaia Maps, which you can see up here at the moment. And it is much, much better for any kind of off-road stuff for a couple of reasons. One, it gives you a lot more detail on the map about where you are and what's around you. Like it even has walking trails, fire trails, all that kind of stuff. Plus it's topographical, so it's giving you the contours so you can see and know what's coming up in terms of hills and valleys and that kind of thing. So all of that's really good, and obviously it tracks as well. You can download. So in this case, the National BDR Association has maps that you can download that you can then load directly into Gaia, which is, you can see the red line we're following is this BDR. So it's downloaded into Gaia and allows us to follow it, which is, you know, very nice, and it makes it a lot easier to know where we're going in terms of the BDR. We did that on our last trip, although I didn't think we showed that, but thought we'd show it to you this time because it's a nice feature of Gaia Maps and also the BDR Association. They have that that collaboration, I guess you could say, but it really helps to have good, clear maps of where you're going, and Gaia Maps gives us that. I don't even think that this road would be on Google Maps if we put it up there, like, because Google Maps mainly does paved roads and your main roads and stuff, and this is certainly not that. So yeah, we use Gaia Maps for that.
It's a free download.
It was free. I don't know if it's free any longer. We're kind of grandfathered in on the free mode. We've had it for a couple of years, but I think you may have to pay for it now. And if so, it's going to be, it'd be nothing. It would definitely be worth it if you want to use it to pay, even if it's, even if it costs you $5 or $10 to download it. It would definitely be worth it because it's got so many features, it's got so much detail in it that definitely makes it worthwhile. So that's what we use. There are other ones out there. Another main one is called Onyx, and they have similar things in terms of the features and the topographical and all that. But we just use Gaia, and it's worked for us, and so we like it, we enjoy it. So that's what we're using while we're out here cruising all these dirt tracks that you just don't find on any other maps. So we're going to continue going down this road, and hopefully we can see more wildlife, because at the moment the only wildlife we've seen are chipmunks and squirrels and some deer. The deer we saw in Harper's Ferry yesterday, but we haven't seen anything else. Not even out here in the woods. No deer out here, no bears, nothing, just chipmunks and squirrels. So hopefully we can see something and show you. Out of gravel, and I think there's really muddy sections, but haven't graded the gravel properly. It's rougher than the actual dirt road. All that bouncing around because it's ungraded. Come back on here and it's smooth again. They're all just coming out up here.
You didn't see a single fern in any part of now.
They're just coming out. They're still small and growing, but there's fern.
Did we mention that we're in the Pennsylvania part of the DVR now?
Yeah, of course they're in Pennsylvania. They're in the Michoud State Forest, I think.
So at 9 a.m. this morning, we went by a pizza place. It's a New York style pizza. 9 a.m. it was open. But Josh said it was too early for pizza, which I kind of disagree with. But I can't get New York pizza off my mind today. So I just talked him into locating a place off the BDR. So the next main road we get to, we're gonna head towards Thurman, which is where we stayed at a truck stop before.
Thurman? It's Thurman.
Oh, I always get it wrong. And they had this little hole-in-the-wall place that made New York style pizza. It was the best New York style pizza I had.
It was good.
So right next to a truck stop. So we're gonna head that way shortly. So since I can't hike today, I might as well eat pizza, right?
So here's the pizza that I promised Kelly. It's looking good. It's smelling delicious. And Kelly's there, icing her knee because she's tweaked it again, because she's doing the stuff that she shouldn't be doing. Just the way it is. But we're gonna eat this.
I'm icing it with the cold seltzer water. That's what. since we don't have a freezer.
It's working.
Feels good though.
It'll work. So we're gonna eat this, and then across the street from us is a restaurant we've eaten at before. It's a family restaurant, but they have pies and things. We might go over there and get some dessert after we eat this, though. All right, there's the restaurant we're going to find our pie. Miss Kelly.
They have the cleanest bathrooms over there.
And that's the truck stop where we got the pizza. You can just see it on the right hand side. Here is the pizza place. It's right there on the truck stop, but they do the best pizza. So we are going to go in here where we've eaten before and try and find some pie, because they had some nice pie in here last time we were here. So we're going to go in and hopefully get some pie.
So they had a lovely buffet and a lot of dessert options there, and then they had some to-go packages. So I went with the peanut butter cookies, but when we got in, I was like, are you gonna eat now? And he was like, what? Of course. Like, what? Oh yes, right now. So such a silly question to ask. Why would we postpone having our dessert? So it looks really good, and we'll let you know how it goes.
I got a blueberry pie, of course. I like blueberry pies. I like all kinds of pies. I like blueberry pies.
The best one we ever had was in Maine so far, though.
Oh, that was
the roadside stuff.
Side of the road, yeah. I'll have to go to our main video from 2022. Was that?
Wow.
Anyways, it's quite a few videos ago. Anyway, but that was some blueberry pie. So we're gonna try this one and see. I think it's gonna be good, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I got some peanut butter cookies. So I'm going to have those. Everything is made right on site here at this Mountain Gate restaurant. It's all family run and operated. What did I say?
Yeah, it's a family restaurant.
And these young boys that work there at the register are so polite, and then the father came in. Just family run, very nice, polite, good people. Good customer service, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have whipped cream in the refrigerator. What does that say about us?
Whipped cream is you. I'm not even going to have it. I don't need whipped cream.
I like desserts with my whipped cream.
Yeah.
What do you think, Soph? She had some pizza crust. That was good, huh? How's the pie, Josh?
Pie's good. Nice crust. It's fresh until it's fresh baked. It's tasty. The blueberry filling is very thick. And the blueberries in there are kind of nice and plump and juicy, so yeah, it tastes more like it's actually homemade as opposed to coming out of a can, but it's good. Yeah, very good.
I don't know if I mentioned it on the earlier video, but they do make everything on site there, and it's like a family-run establishment, and the boys that were waiting on us at the desk were nice and polite, and very nice customer service. These peanut butter cookies are delicious. They're soft, nice and thick. Delicious.
This pie's a little bit Moorish.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Moorish?
Yeah. I'm going to have some more. Yeah, it's good. Might even have another slice.
It's Wednesday.
I know, it's high carb day. Have another slice.
Too much time away from Daddy, so gotta let him know. Get close to him, help him drive.
There she's there.
Hi, we're gonna end this episode here.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, or share it with your friends. And
And as always, our Patreon link is going to be in the description below.
We'll see you out there.
We'll see you out there.